Today, I'm going to teach you how to dry brush. Hi guys, and welcome back to Pyro Painting. Today I'm going to talk to you about dry brushing and how simple and easy it can be. So I'm going to set up the camera, I'm going to show you the technique first, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. So I'll see you in a minute. So then, dry brushing. Dry brushing is a very simple technique that everyone should really be learning when they're just starting out to paint miniatures. So for this example, I'm going to be showing on the fur of this. Now, dry brushing works perfectly for fur. So how I've got to this stage is simply used a tiny bit of Eshing grey and then gave it a little wash of non-oil. So the first stage of this is you want to bring that colour up a little bit more. So for me, it's an old bottle, but the same works. It's a little bit brighter than the Eshing grey, as you can see. And then for the final stage, we're going to go even brighter, but this will only be for small parts. Well, for like the highest piece. So with this, you want to shake it up. Now you don't have to worry about putting this onto the palette. You can take it straight from the tub because you're pretty much going to rub off all the paint that gets on in there anyway. So get a little bit on the brush, and then you get a piece of tissue, and you are literally just going to work it into the bristles until effectively, once you're brushing, it kind of nothing comes off. With dry brushing, it's to bring a nice bit of colour to the highest points. So we're just going to lightly rub. Start off lightly because you want to determine what's going to be the point where you're going to get too much paint on it. And you're slowly just working. Once you start to get a feel for it, you can go a little bit heavier. And you keep going and until you're happy with that colour. Let's get a bit better. There we go. A little better. And just keep working it into that colour. And as you can see, compared to what it was originally, got a nice, mid-tone grey on there. Just finishing it off so you get the full look. Now, as I said, with dry brushing, this is a perfect technique of when you're first starting, because it can make, it's for a simple effect, can make it look really, really good. So that's the mid-tone done. Next, as I said, I'm going to grab that lighter grey, more like on a grey-white. Now, I'm not going to wash out the brush for two simple reasons. If there is any wet paint in there, which there shouldn't be, it will blend nicely into the grey. So we'll get different tones as well while we're doing the dry brush. So it can add a really, really nice effect. So, next step. So this is just the edge bit of it. So it's very, very light, as I said before, but this one go even lighter because you don't want to hit this and go too hard. So it's more like a dusting until you realise, until you get used to how much paint is actually on the brush and all that. You could also use this, not just for this sort of effect, but for highlighting and stuff. So, concentrating it more on the highest of edges, just to bring out that colour. Just get that last bit. And there we go. As you can see, that is a huge difference from when it was just basic Eshing grey or dark grey with the wash. Now to do this singly by layering it, it's going to take a hell of a lot longer than it just took to do it with dry brush. And it's took us, what, 4 minutes tops? And that's even me while talking to you as well. So, take that down, you've got a couple of minutes to do this. And say you've got stuff like this, so like you're painting wolves or any kind of fur, you're going to be done in mere minutes. So, set the camera back up, and I'll talk face to face to you about the technique. So then, there you have it. You've seen how easy it is to dry brush. Dry brush is a brilliant technique to learn, especially when you're starting, because it's one of those techniques that you're just going to carry along the way of your miniature painting hobby or career or whatever. It's really simple to do. it's simply, sounds stupid, it's getting paint out of a pot, rubbing it off, and then rubbing it onto the miniature. There are some downsides, granted there really is. So it looks like a waste of paint because you're taking a hell of a lot out of the pot and just rubbing it all off. But the way it looks, I believe, compensates, you know, that loss of paint. You know, you get a real nice look. Now, with dry brushing, it can be used for a lot of things. It's very versatile. The main things that I believe that look really good are fur. Fur looks really nice, especially any kind of, you know, if you've got something that you want to give that kind of gritty look to, dry brushing is brilliant for it. And stone. Stone looks amazing once you dry brush it. So if you know, all you lads out there that want to start terrain, you know, dry brushing is the way to go with your rocks and stuff like that. It really will add a bigger effect than just trying to, you know, paint it up and stuff. So I hope that was of use to you. This will be part of 4 videos that will cover 4 stages that I believe that you should know from the start, which will, you know, will include priming. That's a real basic because you really do need to prime before you even paint. Base coating, I'll show you why 2 thin coats are better than 1 thick. Washing and how they can affect your, you know, your model, and how not to do it. Well, how to do it the right way and how not to mess it up. And dry brushing, which we've seen today. And dry brushing out of the 3, in my eyes, is the harder technique. Well, out of the 4, I should say, is the harder technique to learn. So it's just going to show you how simple these 4 films are going to be. Okay? So if this was use to you, please leave a like to the video. Would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel as well. Especially if you're interested in those 4 videos. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. As soon as I put one up, you're going to know. And until next time, see ya.